Hi, thanks for checking out one of our videos here. This is going to be how to test and fix one of these units. This is an old school Gallagher M800. Part of the sticker's peeling off of there, but it's an M800. We work on we've worked on a bunch of these units. They were around for 20 plus years. From the mid 80s, they were called the BEV3, BEV3. Same exact guts on the inside, just a different colored or different sticker on the case, but the guts were basically the same. And they kept this model around of this version until like 2005 or 6 when they phased it out and came out with the M1000 or whatever. Now they've got a new style M800 which looks nothing like this one. It's a black case with an orange sticker on the front and a light in the middle. So different electronics, but same model name, just different, different uh, version or whatever. But none of those parts are interchangeable with this one, so you can't convert an old one to a new one to an old one. The parts don't match up or anything. So we're gonna go through this thing, but yeah, there was our information right there. So if you've got a electric fence box you want worked on, we'll definitely give you some helping hands on it. We do sell parts for the Gallagher brand, so if you got a Gallagher unit and need some parts for, hit us up. We do stock a handful of parts for these things, but as you can hear, something broke on the inside, loose. I'm going to guess it's either the strap that holds the capacitors in place, or no, it's the clamp that holds the transformer plates in place. So we're going to pop this apart. Yep, there's the strap, or the clamp, that snapped and broke. There's some kind of resistor that popped off somewhere, and there's the plate sticking in front of the transformer, so we need a new clamp, which I've got those. There's a new clamp for it, so we're going to put a new clamp in there, but we got to figure out where the resistor came from. It's like that broke. We got to put another. Let me go grab a couple more things. So we're going to put this. This is a heavier duty strap. Put that in there. All right, looks like the resistor. Ooh. I guess it came from here, maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it came off this board. Yep. Came off right there. You can see where it used to sit right here. And there's a piece of it sitting right there. So what size resistor was that? 10 watt 100 ohm. Okay, so let me see if I got another resistor for it. Yeah, I got another resistor here. So we're gonna plug that in. Oh, God. I should solder it in. All right, I gotta get some solder, my desoldering braid, and a soldering iron. So let's get the old pieces of the resistor that was on there. We'll get it solder pulled off and pull those leads out of there. That one's gone all together, so we'll go over here and might be good. Check that little guy there. Let's see, it should read 0 to 1 ohm, somewhere in that range. That's good. Take this resistor, I'm going to plug it in there. And there's a little strap, a little clamp thing that holds this piece to that. I got to see if I've got another one. It's supposed to hold against like a thermal protection thing, and it picks up the heat from that resistor, and it gets to a certain temperature, it burns itself open, kind of like a fuse. But this unit has a fuse on it, right there. That's a Gallagher used to use external fuses on their stuff. All right. Alright, we'll solder that back in. Hide down there. Alright, get that out of the way. Alright, these are the new clamps that they came out with a few years ago. And they are a little bit wider than the old ones, but they don't make the old style anymore. So what they recommend to do is to take, because there's a little bit of slop in it. Let me put this in here first and I'll show you. So slide these plates up right there. Let me get that. Okay, it's in there all the way now. So we're going to snap this thing in here real quick. See, there's some slop there. That clamp moves around a little bit. So what Gallagher's fix was, you take a piece of double-sided foam, put it in the center there, and then you can either peel that off and it stay stuck to that, or just leave it on there. Basically, it's just taking up that slop, that little bit of excess space. So now it's nice, and they're nice and tight. Moves a little bit over here, but it's not, I mean, it's not coming out of there. So let's slide this board back on top. I think that board's okay. Hopefully it is. Widen that gap a little bit. All right, I'll take this board. Just make sure that the solder joints are good on the capacitors. Diodes look okay. Don't know about that, but let's just try it out and see what happens. I need to find see if we can find another little strap piece that goes right there. I might have one around here somewhere off of a junk unit or junk board. Slide this back in here. Just 5 little tabs that this board sets down on. Alright, so what should happen, I got plugged into my power strip. As soon as I turn the switch on, this light should turn green. This light should go flashing red with every click. So, seems like it's working okay so far. Put our gauge across it and see what kind of voltage we're getting out. Should be probably between 6 and 7 kV, somewhere in that range. It's like 7.5 roughly. So 7,500 volts come out of it. So it packs a nice healthy punch to itself. Just curious, what's half power reading, which is that little yellow knob? Should be the same. I think the half power is the same. Yeah. Half power voltage is about the same. That's 7,000 volts roughly. But there's this big white resistor right here. Yeah, right here. It goes between the hot terminal, full power terminal, and the half power terminal. Basically, if you took that out and put and just jumpered it there with a wire, you'd have two hot terminals there, you know, full power. But to put that big resistor across there to bleed it down and lower it down, so that way you can have a lower voltage output or lower joule output. So you can put a wire across there. See, a little spark from it. But if you go to the hot full power side, lot hotter shock. So half power works for is probably a 1 joule, 2 joule shock from there, but the full power definitely where the money's at. But this one's done. You know, we're gonna put it back together and call the customer up and everything, let them know what's going on with it. So, but if you've got one of these things, these are really good old school units. These old Gallagher M800s like this, or the old Bev3 unit like that. Those are cream of the crop in my book. Those are probably one of the best built units by any brand out there. I mean, there's a lot of brands back. This is a 2000 model. So this is towards the end, they ran them until about 2005, 2006. So by the time this one had been out, they came out like 85, 86. So by the time, at least here in the States they did, by the time this one come around, the unit had already been around 15 years already. So a lot of the bugs that maybe this thing had years past and mid 90s had all been dealt with by the time this thing came out. So these are really good units. I mean, Gallagher didn't make every part for them, but we can repair the main boards. They do make main power boards for them, but they're over $100 for a new board. We can rebuild and repair the main input boards 90% of the time. The capacitors, they got those still. Transformers, the output transformers no longer made, but we have custom built transformers for these units made here in the States and South Dakota. That work perfectly fine. We sent them a unit like this one 8 years ago with the digital fence tester and a couple different loads for it. So because we wanted to read within a certain parameters based on the spec sheets of what Gallagher gives out to the repair places, and with different loads on them. And they spent about a month tweaking, changing, and so they took a perfectly good transformer that was in the unit, basically cut it in half, tore it apart, and looked how it was built, and then made one off of that. And they made about 2 or 3 variations of those transformers for us. But the last like 5 or 6 years, we've been basically using the same transformer in them. And man, they work just as good or better than the factory ones. As you can see, it puts out a good spark. It's designed for this unit. We've retrofitted them in other brands as well, in times when they don't make the transformer anymore. But if you got an old Gallagher M800, man, don't throw it away. I mean, you can buy a new one for $300, whatever, give or take, but you can fix these a heck of a lot cheaper sometimes. So, got an old Gallagher unit, man. Don't trash them. Send them in. Let us take a look at them for you. But if you got any questions, get a hold of us. Tell your friends about us. Shoot a message down below. Ask us questions. Call us. Email me. Text me. That number on there comes straight to me. That's my number right there. So you can call me anytime, within reason, of course. And if I'm not busy, I'll definitely take your call, or shoot me a text, or call me, leave me a message, and I'll call you back or get back as soon as I can if I'm not too busy. But hopefully you like this kind of stuff. We're working a lot of different brands of fence chargers. But until next time, we'll see you guys later on. And if something comes up in the meantime, just give us a holler. I got an issue right here. See, it's not flashing every single time. Bad solder joint. So I need to take that back apart and fix that solder joint. All right, I'll take care of that here in a minute. Until next time, peace.